Which we already knew what was going to happen. They are taking on the Houston Rockets. That is right. In the NBA playoffs for the first round, the Lakers will be matched up against the Houston Rockets. Did JJ Redick find his nine guys? They just signed Nick Smith Jr. He will be playoff eligible after they waive Kobe Buffkin. Let's see if JJ Redick has his 9 guys. Also, Luka Doncic, what's the timetable with him? Austin Reeves, what's the timetable with him? Does this Lakers team have enough to even compete with the Houston Rockets in the first round? And also, we have an anniversary today. Something that happened 10 years ago, which we can elaborate on the second half, but you guys already know what we have to do. So I have to talk about my friends at Pechanga Resort Casino. And you can play a perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, the official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. Skip the traffic. Head on over to Pechanga Resort Casino just off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations and for more information. So, real quick, just to kind of cap off the regular season, Lakers did finish off the regular season on a high note after they beat the Utah Jazz. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm glad they went out there. I was just talking to my guy Tim right before the show, and it was good. It was good to see JJ Redick. Me and him were discussing that, to finally let his youngins, his guys go out there and compete. Go out there and play. You're playing against the Utah Jazz team who was on that verge where they're trying to tank. And by the way, just to kind of give you guys a quick stat about that, just regards to the teams tanking in this NBA, do you guys know it is the first season in NBA history in which 8 teams had a win percentage of, .33 or worse, meaning the Pelicans, the Mavericks, the Grizzlies, the Kings, the Jazz, the Nets, the Pacers, and the Washington Wizards. They all literally are going to be in that lottery pick, and we've seen how bad they were as far as tanking. Just want to throw that out there real quick. And by the way, with Lakers playing the Utah Jazz, it is amazing to me. And I don't want to get into this tanking talk. I don't want to get into all that stuff, but just want to throw that out there real quick. As far as 8 teams had a win percentage of .33 or worse. 300 or worse. Let's keep that in mind. That is awful, and that is terrible. And the league is going to have to find something into fixing that. And they can throw all these different solutions. They can throw out all these different scenarios, but just had to throw that out there real quick. But let's really focus on this matchup against the Houston Rockets. And as the week goes on, and as the week progresses, there's that stat right there that I just read for you guys. It's just unbelievable that that's where we're at this point. And I get it. You know, when you're one of those teams and you're a lottery team, and what you're trying to do is try to get that lottery pick, this is what results show. And I get there's certain teams, it works in their benefit. Hell, look at the Dallas Mavericks. I know that it kind of fell into their hands and them getting a chance to actually win the lottery and get Cooper Flag. But man, there's gonna have to be some discussions going along throughout this NBA throughout the rest of the season, and honestly for the foreseeable future, because these things need to get corrected. Too much guy to sit in and out of this game, out of games. But we got it. LeBron James and Kevin Durant. They will meet in the playoffs for the first time since the 2018 NBA Finals. They have played 14 playoff games against each other. LeBron averaged 31 points per game, and along with Kevin Durant averaging 31 points per game. They are the only duo in NBA history to meet in 10 or more playoff games and average over 30 points per game. So, just to kind of look at roster by roster, knowing that the Lakers are going to be without Luka Doncic, knowing that they're also going to be without Austin Reeves, but the Houston Rockets are going to be without Fred VanVleet. They're also going to be without Steven Adams. Seeing how that has played and seeing how that has been going, man, you just kind of got to look at that Lakers team and see if JJ Redick really has his 9 guys and 9 guys that he can actually trust. I already know. I think I already have an idea what the lineup is going to be. It's going to be Marcus Smart. It's going to be Luke Kennard, Jake LaRavia, LeBron James, and then DeAndre Ayton. Keep Rui Hachimura off the bench. And then you try to find some minutes for Jared Vanderbilt. You try to find some minutes for Nick Smith Jr. And then I'm blanking on another one. Oh, Jackson Hayes. I'm sorry. And Jackson Hayes, of course. So those are your 9 guys that JJ Redick feels like, oh, my math is my math mathing? You got LeBron, LaRavia, Kennard, Smart, and Ayton. All right. And then you got Hayes, Nick Smith Jr., Vanderbilt, and Hachimura. So my math is mathing. All right. Just kind of, sorry. Just got to make sure we get things correct. And then you look at the Rockets. And I understand that the Lakers beat the Houston Rockets twice in Houston. We always got to go back to it. They did it without Luka Doncic. They did it without Austin Reeves. By the way, just to kind of give you guys an update on those two and kind of get you guys thinking on this show today on Lakers Talk Daily, Luka Doncic will be, per reports from Shams Charania, he was on the Pat McAfee show, Luka Doncic will be returning to the States, and he will be reevaluated tomorrow. He will be reevaluated tomorrow. He received numerous stem cell shots in that hamstring injury that he suffered against Oklahoma City Thunder. So could we see a ramp-up period where Luka Doncic could make a possible return in this first-round matchup against the Houston Rockets? And then Shams also elaborated on Austin Reeves. Is that Austin Reeves will most likely miss the first round of the playoffs. The timetable for his return is early May. It's okay. And then there's some more reporting going on that Brian Windhorst on the Hoop Collective podcast was saying that teams were in preparation for Austin Reeves to return sooner than Luka Doncic. So playoff teams that the Lakers potentially were going to match up with, like the Timberwolves, like the Rockets, like the Denver Nuggets, before all the standings kind of got solidified, teams were preparing as if Austin Reeves were to play in the first round of this game. So who knows if he's going to be able to return sooner? You got 2 different stories. You got 2 different topics as far as, two different inside scoops in regards to Austin Reeves and whether he's going to return early or if he's going to be there later in May. Who knows? Luka Doncic, though, being reevaluated, coming back into LA, all that stuff, him getting that chance to see where he is at tomorrow, okay. But it always goes back to, does this Lakers team have enough? Do they have enough to actually extend this series? Now, going by the Lakers starting 5 and seeing how they played in these remaining games of the regular season. Whew, man. I just keep on looking at the Houston Rockets and how well they've played ever since they did lose to the Lakers 2 times in Houston. They have been playing a lot better. Kevin Durant has been getting to his spots. Amin Thompson has looked good. Alperen Sengun has looked good. Jabari Smith Jr. has looked good. Clint Capella, which is going to be a DeAndre Ayton versus Clint Capella series, seeing where DeAndre Ayton is going to be at. It's hard to really say that this Lakers team can beat the Houston Rockets in a 7-game series without Luka Doncic and without Austin Reeves. You're going to ask a lot out of LeBron James at the age of 41. Not saying LeBron James can't do it. We've seen him put up 30, 9, and 12 against the Dallas Mavericks, but ultimately, what did that lead to? It led to a loss against the Dallas Mavericks team and the Houston Rockets, who are better than the Dallas Mavericks. This is going to take legit 9 guys, and I'm glad that JJ Redick was able to find his 9 guys. And I see you guys in the YouTube chat already. Dalton Connect will save us. Dalton Connect will save this Lakers team. And I just want to – gosh, you guys are cracking me up in there. I just need to throw this out there real quick. I'm glad Dalton Connect had a really, really good outing to finish off the regular season. It might be something that he just likes playing against the Utah Jazz or where the case is. But Dalton Connect, as far as the guy you can trust in a 7-game series, don't think you have that. There's a reason why Dalton Connect was in a lot of DNPs. There's no question that he has offensive talent and that he can go out there and score at will. But Dalton Connect, as far as trusting him to be engaged and as far as trusting him to be able to defend, That's not something that ideally what you want to throw out there in the mix. And honestly, it is crazy that we just go back and we just keep on thinking about, man, what could have been for this Lakers team with Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves for the first round at least. Now it's to the point where can they extend this series? And James Redick even elaborated on that. He's saying that his guys are going to go out there and they're going to compete. He said, we're going to prepare, we're going to fight, and we're going to try to win the series. Okay. James Redick feels like this team can win a series against the Houston Rockets. And honestly, right now, you are going to need LeBron James at his absolute best. You're going to need Marcus Smart at his absolute best defensively. Honestly, hopefully the Lakers can get Marcus Smart to knock down some three-point shots. You're going to need Luke Kennard at his best. You're going to need every single person on this Lakers rotation to perform at another level because the playoffs, things slow down. The playoffs, you were able to exploit mismatches more. We've seen it with Austin Reeves last year in the first round matchup against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, I would like to say I do believe the Minnesota Timberwolves have a lot more offensive firepower compared to the Houston Rockets. And that's where the Lakers can seemingly find a way to win a couple games or grab a couple games in this series because the Rockets rely heavily on Kevin Durant to do everything. They really, really do. Kevin Durant has to bring the ball up. I know they tried it with Amen Thompson, but really, they don't want to do that experiment with Amen Thompson because they trust the ball in KD's hands more, which I don't know why. Kevin Durant had back-to-back games against the Lakers with 7+ turnovers. But that's because they had no one else to do it. You are going to need every single person on this Lakers team. Just like J.J. Redick said, their roles, Rui Hachimura's role to be in that bench score and provide much-needed scoring and a spark off the bench, now all of a sudden, Rui Hachimura, you're going to have to defend really well. You're going to have to rebound. You're going to have to – your role has expanded. Luke Kennard, yes, you're supposed to be that spot-up shooter. You're supposed to be that guy to add more three-point shooting to this Lakers team. No, all of a sudden, your role changed. You're going to have to bring the ball up. You're going to have to initiate the offense. You're going to have to be a good facilitator. You're also going to have to move without the basketball. You're also going to have to find a way to be able to create your shot. And also, when you have that open look, knock down the shot. Jake LaRavia, look, there's no need for you to be shooting a three-point ball like that. But what the Lakers need from Jake LaRavia heading into the series against the Houston Rockets, playing good defense, providing second chance opportunities, getting back in transition defense. That's Jake LaRavia's role. They don't need Jake LaRavia to be a knockdown three-point shooter. Hell, we just need Jake LaRavia to get out and run and make layups. But also, what did the Lakers need him for? Defense. DeAndre Ayton, that is going to be the biggest story heading into this series. The Lakers need DeAndre Ayton. And you guys might not agree with me. You guys might not like me saying this. We probably are in the same boat. But DeAndre Ayton is he is indeed the X factor for this Lakers team. And I remember Austin Reeves saying that DeAndre Ayton is going to be is that he's the X factor and his Lakers team is at a whole nother level when he's getting things going. And I'm like, I had a little pushback against that. And then now when I really see it, I'm like, yeah, I agree. He is the X factor. DeAndre Ayton literally, he needs to be that rim protector. He needs to be able to be engaged for 48 minutes. He's going to have to be able to stay out of foul trouble. He's going to have to be able to catch the rock. Those little passes where it goes through your hands, DeAndre Ayton, and you fumble it, and it leads to transition for the other teams, that can happen in the playoffs. You blowing a defensive assignment or you missing as far as not rolling hard to the basket, that can't happen in the playoffs. You being engaged one game of a playoff series, but not the following game, that can't happen. They're going to need consistency out of DeAndre Ayton literally for this entire first round. Hell, even if Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves were to be in a lineup, they would still need his ass to be engaged for full 48 minutes. And you can't – they're going to rely solely heavy on LeBron James as they should. But this is the time where You're Rui Hachimura. You understand that you're going to a contract year. Okay? Prove it why you deserve to have more money. This is the time where you're DeAndre Ayton, knowing you're going to opt into your player option. Why should we trust you being a big man for the foreseeable future? This is the time. You're Jackson Hayes. You knowing that you had that 1-year deal. What are you going to be able to provide for this Lakers team? Luke Kennard, you're playing to possibly return to the Lakers because you know the Lakers are linked to possibly re-signing Luke Kennard. This is going to be a game where hopefully we see a lot of their guys expand in their role and elevate in their role. But I want to elaborate more on this game. I see you guys in the YouTube chat kind of going off. So before we do any of that, also we got an anniversary that happened 10 years ago today. We'll talk about all that on the second half of Lakers Talk Daily. But before we do that, I have to let my partners have the time to give you guys a quick word.
At Pechanga Resort Casino, you can rock and roll, sip and slide, twist and shout. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official Indian gaming sponsor of the Lakers.
All right, welcome back to Lakers Talk Daily. I see you guys. It looks like we're in an agreement when it comes to DeAndre Ayton. As far as they can't afford him to, like, you know, JF in the YouTube chat. We would just be happy if he just catches a damn rock. Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Peter, Ayton has to outplay Şengün. And who is going to guard Durant? Now let me answer this. And I'm so glad you guys are bringing all this stuff up in the YouTube chat. I think the ideal way to game plan against Kevin Durant, and he's going to get his. Because there was a moment in that second game when the Lakers played them. Kevin Durant was, held under 15 points in the first half. And then it took a fourth quarter for him to spark and get going, right? I really, really agree to this as far as keep the same game plan. Keep the same game plan. As soon as Kevin Durant crosses that half-court line, blitz him. Force him to give up the ball early. Force him to make quick decisions because that's not what Kevin Durant signed up for when he first got acquired by the Houston Rockets. He was in the understanding that Fred VanVleet was going to be alongside of him. Force him to give the ball up early. Make Amen Thompson be the decision maker. Make him try to create a shot off the dribble because that's not what he wants to do. He wants to move without the basketball. He wants to play off ball. All right. And then if it comes down to Alperen Şengün, you want to make sure that because he's going to float around the perimeter. I see it. Alperen Şengün loves to float around the perimeter. If he wants to shoot a 3-point ball, if he wants to play his game out there, win for the Lakers. Automatic win. I saw a game the other night where the Rockets were playing, and Ime Udoka legit yelled at Alperen Şengün and took him out because he shot a 3-point ball. And I get it, he was wide open. Şengün has the tendencies to make it here and there. But if you're DeAndre Ayton, you got to stay disciplined against him. Just all you got to do is keep your hands up. And it sounds so simple, but it's true. Force him to make a hook shot over you. All right? Other guys on his Rockets team. And if the blitzing doesn't work and they start getting to rhythm, this is where J.J. Redick's going to have to switch it up immediately. Meaning, throw in different looks. Zone here, man here, zone here, man here. Hell, even just face guard Kevin Durant. Do not allow him to catch the rock. You essentially want others on this Houston Rockets team to beat you. And it's going to be a lot. I'm telling you guys right now. I'm being honest with you guys. I realistically don't see them winning this series. But I do feel like they can go out there. And it's all going to depend on how the Lakers look in that first game. And that sounds so cliche. That sounds so, come on, what kind of take is that? No. If they come out right from the start in game one of that series, and they kind of show us a glimpse of, okay, and they come out there and they win game one, all of a sudden, the narrative is going to change. Now, okay, they potentially can get this series. They potentially can grab one. And J.J. Redick is going to try to coach as much as he can. Because if Luka Doncic is trying to speed up the process and he's out there going to get reevaluated tomorrow, and who knows if he's going to be able to play in round one, but all the Lakers, what it seems like what they're trying to do is that they're going to try to go out and win this series because they're in understanding that Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves are going to try really, really hard to go out there and return to this Lakers team. Now, we can go ahead and go back to what's the point of that? Why put Luka Doncic at risk? Why put Austin Reeves at risk? If they're and I go back to that as this. If they're doing that and they're trying to ramp up the process and speed it up, hell, I'm all in with them. I'm all in with them because they feel like this Lakers team and what J.J. Redick is saying over and over again, post-game comments, they genuinely feel like this is a series that they can go out there and win, that they can go out there and compete. Now, Peter saying LeBron got to average damn near 25, 12, and 10. Kennard, Rui got to make their open shots. Aiden got to be a monster. And Smart got to get under Kevin Durant's skin. Now, I don't see a moment where Marcus Smart is going to be guarding Kevin Durant one-on-one. That is not what you want to do. You do not want to leave someone on an island with Kevin Durant. I'm telling you right now, I have a strong feeling that the Lakers, J.J. Redick, and that coaching staff, they're going to do every single thing possible. They're going to try to replicate what they did in those 2 games that they had in Houston. And honestly, if they were able to force that many turnovers to Kevin Durant, because we always talk about Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, they're not the best. They're not the best defenders. They're willing defenders, but they're not the best defenders. And what do you guys always talk about? Why not throw Vanderbilt in there? Why not throw Vanderbilt in the mix? There might be a time they're going to throw Vanderbilt in there to get into passing lanes. This Lakers team, they really feel like they can compete. But, appreciate you guys in there. Now, something that happened 10 years ago, and I'm sure you guys are very, very aware of this, and I'm sure that you guys are seeing all the social clips, but 10 years ago today, Kobe Bryant had his final game. At the time, where it was Staples Center. His 60-point performance against the Utah Jazz, right? And I remember where I was at. And I remember just waking up. I had like that LeBron James meme. Sorry, I was kind of doing some stuff later. And I remember, I had that LeBron James, meme going on. I was like, I woke up that morning. I knew Kobe Bryant was going to put up 60. Nah, I'm just playing. I am genuinely just playing. But no, Kobe's final game. And just kind of going back to that and seeing, honestly, how kind of it was a slow start for Kobe Bryant and trying to get into rhythm. And I always loved seeing him when he started to get to his spots and him start to do his one-dribble pull-up. And as you start to see the second half approach, and as you saw him get inching to 40, and you're, oh, snap, no, he's getting to 45. I get it. People said Kobe Bryant shot the ball 50 times. He shot 22 out of 50. But honestly, every single one of those damn shots that Kobe was putting up, I was like, bro, shoot the ball more. Shoot the damn rock more. I don't care. At this point, this is your final game. Who cares if he's putting up 50? Because ultimately, what did everyone sign up for in that final game, his final game of his career? They want to see Kobe Bryant put up as much shots as he can. And just to kind of throw it out there, that Lakers team was 17-65. 17-65. And just to kind of name some guys on that Kobe final game roster, Julius Randle, Roy Hibbert. And by the way, Roy Hibbert, when he was at the Indiana Pacers, and he's with Paul George, and he's with David West, and he's with George Hill, and he was with Lance Stevenson, that Roy Hibbert was really, really good. The Roy Hibbert that showed up with the Lakers, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to Roy Hibbert. Roy Hibbert was an all-star when he's with the Indiana Pacers. And then go down the list some more. Jordan Clarkson, a young D'Angelo Russell, Ryan Kelly, Duke guy, Ryan Kelly, Tarek Black. Oh my God, Tarek Black. That's like everyone's favorite random pool is Tarek Black. Larry Nance Jr., of course. This list is just remarkable, man. One of my favorite names that I always like to bring up as a random pool, which not really, I guess you consider a random pool. Marcelo Huertas. And it kind of finished off this list. Brandon Bass, Metal World Peace, Robert Sacre, which, my goodness, every time I hear his name, oh, man. Have you guys ever seen a clip of Robert Sacre overseas participating in the dunk contest? If you guys have not, please go search it up. Go search up Robert Sacre participating in a dunk contest overseas. That clip always gets repurposed on my For You page. For some reason, I always see it. And then the last one, Sweet Lou, Lemon Pepper, Lou Williams. That was on that Kobe Bryant team for that year when they went 17-65. And I remember just being at home. I actually had I was in basketball practice. I was in high school still. I was in high school. And I remember getting done because I was getting ready for AAU ball, getting ready to play some AAU at an AAU tournament. And I remember as I was packing my bag, and I just had to stop what I was doing because I was literally just sitting there seeing Kobe Bryant put up 50 shots. And I know a lot of people, you had to put up that many to get 60. Man, we don't care. We don't care. It was his final game. People were there just to see Kobe Bryant put on a show. Literally just to see him put on a show. But if you guys want to, tell me where you guys are at. Where you guys are at when Kobe Bryant's final game. I'll read it off. I definitely will read it off. And you guys are along there with me as far as Roy Hibbert. Roy Hibbert, he was slower. He was slower than Kobe Bryant post Achilles. Am I wrong? Because when the Lakers first acquired Roy Hibbert, we're like, okay, this is a good signing. He's a big man. He's a 7-footer. Roy Hibbert had size. He had touch. Roy Hibbert went alongside Paul George and Indiana Pacers team. Roy Hibbert was good. But we also got to keep in mind that Lakers team in general, it just wasn't good. Yes, I did say that. The Lakers were 17-65 that year. And then we also have to fast forward is that as the years went along, when you look at who was on that roster with Clarkson, D'Angelo Russell, Julius Randle, you had to trade. You were able to bundle those guys in a package because then that's when Lonzo Ball came in. All right, you bundle those guys, you're able to get LeBron James. And then you bundle some of those guys, you're able to get Anthony Davis. And it ultimately led to Lakers getting LeBron, AD, Caruso, and it led to that bubble championship team. And things happen like that. And that's why I always go back to is that, 10 years ago, we were at a point where will this Lakers team ever get to the point where they're back to winning? Because those are some dog years, man. Those are some dog years. But it also helps us to remember that there was a point where Lakers did have to go through a rebuilding process just to get back to that level once again. Get back to those championship levels, the championship expectations. Those were the dog years just for them to understand. And they did. I understand they did not hit our I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but I understand that they have not hit on some of these draft picks recently, as far as Dalton Connect, as far as Jalen Hood-Schifino. I know they missed out on Caruso by letting him walk. But they were able to hit on some at that time, whether you like it or not. Jordan Clarkson, he's been a serviceable guy in the NBA. He's with the New York Knicks right now currently. Julius Randle, he became a max contract player for the Minnesota Timberwolves. D'Angelo Russell, I know he's been a journeyman. I know he's been around the league, but he's still is D'Angelo Russell, is he technically still with the Dallas Mavericks? I think he still is. But 10 years ago today was Kobe Bryant's 60-point performance. And man, time be flying by. But ultimate thing that we really need to put our focus for is this game on Saturday against the Houston Rockets. And what type of team did JJ Redick really find his 9 guys to win a series against this Houston Rockets team? I know it's going to be really hard. I know we keep on circling back that they don't have Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. And as we all been saying at the radio station, we got to believe. Do we believe that they can extend this series or actually win a series? But you guys already know. I'll be talking to you guys tomorrow. For you guys in the YouTube chat, as always, thank you guys always for tuning into Lakers Talk Daily. My guys and the crew back there running the operation, thank you so much. First round is here, and the first round is set. Lakers playoffs is finally here. This is what we've been waiting for. But we'll talk more about this tomorrow. We out.